understanding the basic psychology of the dog you have in your house is quite important. See how I like when he has that reaction, I actually let him make the decision to figure out what that is? Like that's where the learning actually occurs. If I just pull the dog away before that happens, that's where the dog will just learn to avoid the thing and actually become more reactive. And then now would be a perfect time once he engaged with you, reinforce. Yes, yeah, perfect. So what we've done is let him make a decision, given him time to process and then reinforce an alternate behaviour. And then reinforce again, yes, feed, like quite heavily. Think about this as like a baby's just learnt to walk, right? So he's gone, oh, like this is a new behaviour for me. I've now given, yeah, and then we disengage, so negative punishment. Let him make a decision, so he's in a decision-making moment. So he's like, what's this again? I'm fine with that. Let him make a decision. If he comes back and engages with you, then we'll reinforce. Lower yourself. Yep, stand back up. Wait it out. 2, 3. If he checks in with you, yes, nice. So this is where we create like a dog that's trying to think for themselves, not like avoid things. See how like the time we give to process? And so if we disrupt that time to process, that's where we just like, we're actually using without realizing, we're using aversives to control the dog. Now we would lower yourself. Oh yeah, he did it on his own, that's cool. So that lowering is just like when he's creating that space, he's like thinking he's going to get buzzed on a collar because of the previous training. Yeah. So the lowering just helps him build trust. So he's like barking and he's like, when I've previously barked, I've been buzzed on a collar, and we're going, well, we're not actually, nothing aversive is going to happen. And then on the other side of it, the consequence now becomes, instead of the stim, is becoming reinforcement for an alternative behavior. And so he's starting to lie down and process a little bit more. So you could lower yourself again. Yeah, and the second he moves in, stand up. Give it a like, oh yep, no, that's right. Nah, we'll find out. If the barking increases, we'll know it's too quick. And you'll make mistakes like that. Like if you don't make mistakes, like if you were telling me you weren't making mistakes, I'd be concerned. I'd be like, you're lying to me. It's just like going, I made a mistake, whoops, I'm not gonna do that again. And then identifying it as more of the challenge. So that's the challenge, it's like, shit, that was wrong. How do I actually recover from this? But it doesn't look like it was wrong. We'll see. We'll give it like at least 15 seconds maybe, just to be super clear. It's about 10. Oh, made a decision, that's fine. Let's see what he does. So he's a bit nervous, he's checked back in. We'll give it another 10 seconds. You could reinforce. Nice, good timing. And then heavy reinforcement again. And the reason we're on such a high rate of reinforcement is because if we were to look at it over time period, say we had a 10-minute time period, he's not actually getting that, if we would just give him one, the schedule would be very low. Yeah. Like in our mind, we're only seeing small opportunities to reinforce, but we need to actually give him huge jackpots every time he does the right thing, because 90% of the time he's doing other things. Yeah. So we're giving him a huge jackpot to be like, hey, this is actually the avenue you can get reinforcement. It's actually reinforcing enough for him to want to do it again. So there's an element of time, and then there's an element of, so if he was really engaged, it means there would be a lot of opportunity to reinforce, so I'd have to thin it out more. Whereas because he isn't, I need to give him huge jackpots to create that behavior. Yes, that's it. You're the pokey. And then here's a new good opportunity for decision making. He's in avoidance. He's going to re-engage. That's it. So that was him thinking about re-engaging. He's going to suss other things out. Comes back in. Yes. That's it. And now because he's not barking straight away, I'm comfortable reinforcing him straight away. We'll give him like 2 seconds, no barking, reinforce. Then we'll go 3 seconds, no barking, reinforce. 5 seconds, no barking, reinforce. And we add the duration of how long can you engage with me without barking, and then that behavior would soon start to become the new behavior. Yeah. Lower yourself. stand up, perfect. 1, 2, reinforce. Nice. Really good timing. Heavy, that's it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's it, and then, yeah. Yep. See how he's starting to come in like that? That's what I'm wanting.
Yeah.
When he starts to go like this, because he's kind of hesitant, right? Go again, yes. And this time maybe only reinforce him like 2 or 3 times. Because now he's actively seeking it. Yeah. It's okay. And now you can just don't even release him now. Now the engagement started, right? So can you see how much variation we're adding? So it's like, when I say heavy reinforcement, this is what I'm referring to. It's like, we gave him like 20, then we gave him 5, then we gave him 2, then we gave him 10. It's like the pokey machine is on high alert right now. And then we'd go, okay, now you're like addicted to the pokey machine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna thin you out a bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, the guy that gets addicted, he won 3 jackpots in one day. Now all of a sudden he's like, oh, I love the pokey machine. And that he's addicted to the pokey machine. The pokey machine now stops paying and he's like, oh, but it paid 3 times, I know it's gonna pay again. And so what they've done is they've used positive punishment trying to fix the barking, but the barking's actually just like, I'm actually needing something, like, I've essentially not had my needs met for an extended period of time. I've now tried to figure out how to meet my needs myself, and then I've been reinforced for me trying to meet my needs. So I've learned this is the only way that I can actually get my needs met. And we're going, well, actually, we need to give you a new wiring system to teach you how you should access reinforcement.
Yeah.
And you can see he's starting to relax, looking a lot more comfortable with you now.